Hi everyone, so it's me Neville back with another video. It's been quite some time. Just wanted to do a quick catch up of things that's been happening in my life. Obviously I want to touch a little bit about personal finance because I've been talking about that topic. Today's topic is about a quote that a friend used to say over and over back in high school, which was, "Nothing stays the same but change." I felt for the last 10 years or so, I've been really good at change. There's been so many changes from a professional standpoint at work, COVID, the way we live and the way we do work, the remote, hybrid, and so forth. I was a pivoter. I pivoted and I kind of went through the changes, and something I'm really proud of that I felt internally strong, but something has happened where I found myself pretty sad this last week. It's a change related to a relationship. I found myself pretty sad. It got me thinking like, wow, one, I was proud that I was being a little vulnerable, but two, like maybe I'm not as strong as I thought. I'm navigating through that so I could come out better at the end of this situation. But there's this other, I can't remember the quote, but the saying or the thought process of that if you are thinking of the past and then thinking of the future and not being present, you're suffering. And I feel like I'm suffering at the moment. So I'm really trying to channel that in and be present. The decision has been made about this relationship shift. It's going to happen and the future is going to happen. And I'm going through that. So if you have any tips for me, let me know. I wanted to start off with that because I think maybe someone could relate to me out there. But it's been pretty hard for me. I don't know. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand and hone it in. What's been keeping me happy is gratitude. And there was a podcast that I was listening to about generosity and gratitude. So I'm trying to lead my life that way, to give instead of wanting something and receiving. So there's that. And then gratitude, there's moments where I reflect on this relationship and I'm like, wow, the authenticity has been there, the opening up has been there, and that's truly valuable because I feel like sometimes depending on the relationship, you want to cover up as much as you can. So that's what I've been going through from an emotional standpoint. What else has been happening in my life? I think this market is challenging, and I'm pretty sure everyone could say the same thing. I'm trying to navigate through that as well through work. What I can share is what's interesting is there's been compounding interest on some of my retired funds. I logged in and I'm like, whoa, that's a pretty big jump from just a year ago. Lesson learned, keep the 15%, if you can, 15% to 20% savings every year, and the compounding will really pay off. And so that has been really nice. I went on a couple of trips and it was just a nice reminder to experience life and enjoy life. Even though it can be expensive on the front end, I think it's so rewarding. And I went to Vegas to watch the Mayhem concert with Lady Gaga and the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere, which were both amazing, no regrets. However, we eliminated the fancy dinner. We usually have a nice dinner while we're out. I went thrift store shopping instead of regular clothes shopping. So there's ways to like cut back and really still take care of your personal finances where you can. The third topic that I'm going to cover is just quality of items in your life and quality, the type of life that you want to live from a quality perspective. So that trip was expensive. I have a wedding to go to in Mexico, and I know that's going to be another expense. Again, really great friend of mine, and I'm going to be there. But you have to be strategic in the way you're spending your money every month. But you don't want to sacrifice quality. And my phone was driving me bonkers because the charge, when you plugged it in, it would only work if you like move the cord a certain way. I decided, you know what, I don't care. I'm gonna get a new phone. I went to the Apple store. I decided to go that direction because I have an iPhone, and wow, the quality of service at this store was amazing. Very knowledgeable staff, great attention to detail, friendly, we're patient because I'm not probably the most tech savvy person out there, and I was like goofing up during the entire process. What I would say is I paid for that experience and I paid for the quality. I also brought my laptop, which was giving me issues, and they were like, yeah, we'll make an appointment and bring it to the Genius Bar and we'll help you get it fixed. 1 week later, I came back, again, same quality of service, and they were able to fix my laptop. I could understand why folks keep going back to the brand because it really is a good brand, in my opinion, right? So anyways, I just thought about these topics for today. I'll be back with another video. I need to do a crunch down of numbers because my goal again is to still sell this condo. I've been saying that for some time, but it's really time to buckle down. I'm actually going to try to use AI this time to say things like, what do I need to do to prepare for selling a condo when you live in it? It's very different than buying it when you are a renter. I'm having a little anxiety around that. Again, suffering because I'm thinking about the future. What I would say is I know that there's like pods is where you store your furniture, but I need to know like how much cash I need because there's a sale. I don't know I'm gonna get cash, but like what is a comfortable number that I need with real estate fees, the realtor, staging, all that stuff. You know, all of this stuff is on my mind. Anywho, I'm back, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. Thanks for continuing on watching my journey. I'll see you guys later. Bye.